Hey guys, it's Aevin with 2 Review. Thank you so much for joining me on another episode of 5-Minute Tips for Stardew Valley. Today we're going to be focusing on the most profitable crops for spring. So without further ado, let's get this video going. Let's talk about those strawberries. So to me, strawberries are the most profitable crop during the spring because they're a multi-harvest plant, meaning you only have to plant them once and then you can continuously harvest them. So all it takes is 8 days for them to grow. After the 8 days, you have 4 days until your next harvest. So now on the calendar here, it shows on the flag for the 13th. So that is when Easter happens. This is when you can purchase the strawberry seeds. Now you want to make sure your cash is great on that day. You want to stockpile on as much strawberries as you can. So typically I like to go fishing. To me, it's the fastest way to get cash. So I just keep fishing all the way until the 13th. So if you plan on fishing while you wait for the 13th, the best place to go fishing is actually the ocean. You have the most profitable fish, which is the flounder and the sea eel. Those are really great fish that can give you a lot of gold for just getting just the basic one. And you really want to get as much gold as you can. So the day of the 13th. Now, the Easter event starts between 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. As long as you go between those two times, you'll be okay. But before you head off to the event, make sure that you do the following things. Make sure that you have the area where you're planning on planting the strawberries tilled, watered, and fertilized. The reason why I'm saying this now is because you're not going to have enough time to do everything once the event ends. It does take time to till up your land, water, and fertilize everything. So if you do this beforehand, you're not going to be running around with your head cut off because it's not fun to be rushed. But this way, all you have to do is plant your seeds. You're good to go, and you can just head on in, and then the next day, everything's planted. Make sure you plant the strawberries on the 13th to get the second harvest. Now, let's move on to the next profitable crop for spring. It's going to be the cauliflower. So apart from fishing, another thing that you can do is actually plant cauliflower. So whenever you fish, go ahead and buy some cauliflower seeds. It is very profitable. The only thing is this crop itself is a single harvest, meaning you have to buy multiple seeds once you harvest each one. So it is pretty pricey, but it's not as pricey as the strawberry seed. But it is worthwhile as it sells more compared to the strawberry seed. Also, don't forget, Gunther does give you 9 free cauliflower seeds whenever you turn in 5 artifacts. So when you're fishing and you get those artifacts, make sure you turn them into the actual museum. This also helps with cost, as each cauliflower seed costs 80 gold. Now you get 9, you save 720 gold, which is great, especially early on when you first start the game. You definitely need as much freebies as you can. So that being said, I would mainly focus on saving up for the strawberry plants and planting as much cauliflower as you can. If you plan on trying to plant other crops within spring, make sure you plant them afterwards. So what I mean by this is plant everything after you get in your second harvest for the cauliflower. This way you have as much money as you can get from the cauliflower and the strawberry crops. And this leaves you enough time to actually harvest all the other plants that you can get in order to build up what it is that you need for the bundles. Now, you see me trying to save all these crops. I would definitely recommend saving these crops, mainly because eventually you want to start cooking in the bigger cabin that you're going to get. So save these crops, that way you're able to make dishes for the villagers. That way you're able to build heart points for them. Now, everything else, pick and choose what you feel like you should sell. For me, I like to keep like a mixture of regular and the gold starred plants, only because you get a bigger reaction from the villagers if the quality of that dish is higher. So just make sure you keep a certain amount. And also, it's great for when you start getting an item called the seed maker. I'll go into more detail into that in the next following video. But definitely make sure you're keeping extra crops. Don't get rid of all of them. So as this comes to a close, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you what I ended up for the end of spring. I'm going to keep playing this game and show you what I ended up after the first year. So I ended up with 26,971 gold. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. So stay tuned for the next following episodes. I'm going to keep track of like what it is that I keep incurring all the way until the end of the first year to see how well we've done just from these tips. As always, thank you so much for watching the video. If you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Other than that, y'all have a wonderful day. Thank you.